I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, I am not Morgan.
Now, I'm going to do a wiring of all the money you have in your bank account. And also, when I blink 5 times fast, I'm going to eliminate all human species on Earth. You're just going to turn into ash right then, right there, right now. I am not surprised anymore that we're getting information and updates on AI, and it seems like it's like every other day. Chatbots writing scripts for freaking movies and doing people's homework and SATs to get into colleges and universities and getting doctorates degrees. Like, we did a video on this. It is actually crazy, exciting, cool, but at the same time, also extremely terrifying. But there's a lot of people who in the art community now, they're standing up for the rights. And you probably have already heard this, and you're probably like, well, Brando, you don't know anything about art. Guys, it's legit. It's not AI generated. I can assure you that. All right, I promise you, I swear to God, I didn't get an AI to draw this. This is all done in Microsoft Paint. And again, some would argue and say it looks like shit. I would say you're just not looking from a creative standpoint, and those are trees. That is not acid rain raining on the people and the guy riding the pig skateboard. But anyway, so artists are rising up on a specific platform called Artstation. All right, they're revolting against AI art on it. And for some people who are gonna like watch this video and they don't quite understand what is going on and why they're doing this, and they think it's like foolish and silly, it's actually a really good thing that people are standing up against platforms that are allowing a dominance of the art space to be overrun by artificially done art. Because the reality is, AI art does not make you an artist. Putting a bunch of text into a search bar that generates art with an AI does not make you an artist. I don't care what anyone says. An artist is somebody who's putting in their time and their craft by hand to make their digital art. And the people this really affects is new people in the industry, or people who have been struggling to kind of get their name out there, and they've created really cool, sick, amazing art, and they're not being seen by people, so their commissions are getting cut. They're not getting as many commissions because now they have to compete on these platforms like Artstation and many others out there against people who are putting text into a box, and then that box is generating insane, highly detailed aspects of art. And then, of course, there's the counterintuitive argument, like, you can't hate the player, hate the game. I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, there shouldn't be a dominance. If you have an art platform where you're allowing people to sell their digital art, you shouldn't allow that to be overrun by AI art. A lot of these artists are probably eventually going to have to adapt regardless later on down the road, because it's going to become so inundated in the marketplace, especially with art. Like it's this bad already, and it's just in its early stages. Like, people are eventually going to have to adapt to it and integrate little pieces and parts of AI art into their own art. Like, I see that happening. Maybe it won't, but I see it happening if people really are going to go head to head and compete with it. But that said, that's just my thought on the matter as a former 20th century, some would say, like, that I am a former Van Gogh Microsoft Paint, like a Microsoft Paint bootleg Van Gogh. And you guys saw it. It's pretty damn good. I just thought this was funny. So a Danish political party is now being led by AI. It's called the Synthetic Party in Denmark. Yeah, it's crazy. And of course, people are going to love it, because if we just like pinpoint one of the things that the AI is for, some of its policies of this synthetic party. So you know how in the States we have the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and in Canada we have the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party. Well, in Denmark they incorporated a new party, the Synthetic Party, into it, and this synthetic AI churned party that is run by AI says that it wants to give 100,000 Danish kroner per month, which is the equivalent of 13,700 in universal basic income to its people. So that'll be interesting how that plays out. I think it's going to disrupt their politics. I don't know if other political leaders will really like that. And yeah, again, it's just showing the early stages of AI beginning to completely disrupt and destroy the normalities of what we consider to be like the normal marketplaces. And this is going to disrupt literally every aspect, every facet. We've talked about this before in other videos, of every facet of everyone's career path. To prove that even more, we've seen this application Synthesia, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's had viral videos go out there on the internet. What's interesting is the way they promote this is they're like, yeah, you don't like working with expensive third parties? We don't either. We can cut that cost. You want to hire Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for your next DC Comics superhero movie, or Ryan Reynolds for your next movie, or any other A-list celebrity actor? You don't have to anymore. We can actually generate them with artificial intelligence, and you might think, well, hey, you need their voice, like for voice acting at least. No, you actually don't. You can use AI to artificially generate anybody's voice. And also, when it comes to editing the movie, so think about how this will disrupt the movie industry, TV, news networks, your favorite TV programs. Those businesses are all run by trying to get the most profits, right? How do you get the most profits? Well, don't hire any of the actors. Just pay like a licensing fee to use like their face and their voice, and bada bing, bada boom. You don't need them on sets, and you don't need sets anymore. Oh, it is actually crazy. And you think you need editing staff to edit the videos or edit up your TV shows or edit up your news networks? Not anymore. The AI has tools and algorithms that will edit it for you with simple instructions that you give it. That's the way they're marketing this Synthesia. So actually crazy. And to add on to that craziness, this is a video that exploded just the other day, and I thought that I would share it. And I figured I'd share it because it just shows again where we are right now in the early stages and how it's already disrupting marketplaces in art, in movies. People are using chatbots to write SATs and do their exams and write books and publications and articles. Like, news networks are literally going to just use AI. I don't even know if there's going to be a job left for anyone. It's just all going to be artificially generated. But here's the video called "We're Fucked."
I'm not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being?
Look at the facial gestures and Morgan Freeman at the top, like his eyes and the way the light is reflecting. It's insane. Like, this is actually mind-boggling. And imagine where it's going to be by 2030. Like, do you think people are going to be able to tell the difference and even know if their favorite actor is in that movie starring right there, if that's real? Or hell, even YouTubers or OnlyFans, you think any of those people are going to be real? No, everyone's going to go to this. It's just the easiest way out. It's just an obvious when it comes to, like, competition. Hey, you're a guy, you want to start an OnlyFans? Right here, right? $1 trillion idea just gave away.
Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that
his
make
eyes
it
a little
real?
wonky, but even then, still.
Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, I am not Morgan.
Now, I'm going to do a wiring of all the money you have in your bank account. And also, when I blink 5 times fast, I'm going to eliminate all human species on Earth. You're just going to turn into ash right then, right there, right now. Oh my God, think of all the new, like, YouTubers that will come out. Or, like I said, hey, you want to do an OnlyFans, but you're not a girl, or you're a guy, but you're too scared to do it. Guess what? You can utilize this. You could literally get a artificially generated human model that looks literally real and AI generated voice. And next thing you know, you're making bank with OF. I shouldn't have given that $1 trillion idea away. I might beta test that out, and then we can run that on this channel and see if it actually works. That's kind of like the scariest ultimate catfish. But I would let people know ahead of time, like, this is AI. Should we do that? Anyway, I feel like we're a freaking like AI news network now, which is not what we are. I like to talk about interesting things, like things that I find interesting. I like to talk about it. This just so happened to pop up, and yeah, it's fascinating and terrifying, but fascinating.